Welcome to McBoss Capital channel. My name is Michael Chu. Today's for this video is for the week ending June 6, 2025. We are past the first week of June, and we're just going to recap what's happening with the list of growth stocks that I follow. In terms of I did do a main market video. If you haven't watched that, go watch it. Talk about the index and the mega caps there, and some of the macro ETFs there. Here we're just going to highlight, from that video that, we did see more distribution days lately. So this could be a concern for the market in general. If we continue to see this coming week, that's probably a very strong sign that we are maybe at a near-term top. So with that being said, the accumulation are still kind of healthy at this moment, but we are seeing some growth stock kind of pulling back, despite, the bounce on Friday. Then we have a really rough day on Thursday, negative reversal, which creates a distribution day now for NASDAQ and stands at 4 distribution days. Again, from 3 weeks now, we have 4 distribution days. IB generally do not drop those distribution days for 5 weeks. So, or unless it went up significantly. So one of those two has to come for the distribution day to drop out. And there's 3 on S&P. So again, with that being said, there's a little bit, I sense a little bit of cautious sign going forward. But again, overall, the accumulation is still very healthy. You can see on all the sectors here, they're still net positive. So meaning there's more stocks under accumulation than stocks under distribution at this moment. And then looking at the stocks that I specifically follow on uptrend or downtrend, there's about 349 right now. And based on the number of stocks, 190 are in uptrend, 117 is in downtrend, and then 42 are in neutral zone within 1% of the short-term moving average, like 10-day and 21-day. And so overall, we're seeing about 62%. So it has climbed back up. So that is the positive. We are seeing, because the week before we dropped to, 2 weeks ago, we dropped to 20% below, and then we come back about 20%. Now we are jumping from 35% to 62% on Friday. And Thursday, even though it was a sharp drop in the market, you can see it was able to hold on, meaning like a lot of stocks able to hold their recent price and not drop too much. And so it was still, very subtle drop here. So this is the good news. The good news is that, growth stocks are still healthy. And, so as long as the market doesn't see too many distribution day in a row, that within a week or 2 weeks, or within the short term 4 weeks here, I think the market may continue this rally. And again, in the main market video, we also mentioned that the indexes are getting close, at least for NASDAQ and S&P, they're getting very close to their previous high. So it's more likely that they will try to go for that high, and whether it will surpass it and continue the rally, no one really knows, or that could be the top, right? So that happens a lot. Sometimes they go past the previous high just within 1%, and then they start to fall again. Which create a bull trap, because a lot of people will buy on that breakout on the index, and then they just didn't want to sell after, and then we see a big pullback after, or even correction. So anyhow, those are things to watch out for. But this video, like I said, is about looking at the growth stocks list. So let's just jump to it. Looking at the list here, we have the symbols here, and then we have the performance. And again, this is very important. Since April 7th, which was the low for the market, it's now almost exactly 2 months now, right? So June 6th and April 7th is exactly 2 months, and these are the performance, right? We're seeing CVNA in the top here, right? Very strong. We're seeing CRDO here. HIMS is kind of now in the short-term downtrend right now. So that's pulling back. Live, right? In the uptrend. ARLO, uptrend. Mini, uptrend. HSI is moving down. BRT still in uptrend. App in uptrend. So overall, we're still seeing lots of stocks in the uptrend, And if you go down the list here, there's almost 350 stocks, and as you go down, you see more downtrend starting to happen. But overall, it's still pretty healthy. Like I said, we're seeing 62% of them in uptrend. So overall, we're seeing more downtrend at the bottom, and you can see different industry group and sectors here, right? Oil and gas at the bottom, a lot of them, right? So that's one area that has been doing poorly in the last in this rally so far. Although we are seeing a couple of stocks in the oil and gas moving right now. Anyhow, so that's the list here. And then here we have this column that tells you whether it has hit a new recent high. So this is very interesting because look at this at the top here. We're seeing lots of stocks hitting new recent high, right? So that's very interesting, right? So that's very important. On this side, we have relative strength based on 3 months, whether on the daily chart or on the weekly chart here, closing the week on a high. So those are also very, very good sign as well. So let's just jump to this. I'm not going to be able to go through every stock here, but usually I just focus on the ones that are doing well. Obviously, there's also stocks that are not doing well, especially the ones that are in downtrend. So those are things, some of the things I'll highlight in this video, but you can go and kind of look at charts on your own time. So let's just jump to it right now. So here's CVNA, Cabana, very strong performer. We have broke out here, and we have hit the 20% zone profit from that buy point right here. And we saw a reversal on Friday here, and which is not a good reversal. It's not necessarily the rally is over, but it's a sign. It's a a warning sign, right? That hitting new high and then reverse and close lower. That's probably more bad, right? Like if it hit a new high and then still close positive, it's probably like that's okay. But if it hit a new high and then reverse and close at a much lower low, that is usually not a good thing. But I don't think it actually hit a lower low than yesterday. So that will consider outside day. So here's 338.51 on the previous day and 339.17. So yeah, it didn't. So if we go intraday chart, you probably can see it much better right here. So here's the bottom on the previous day. It never touches the low. But again, with that being said, when Monday opens lower, then it will undercut this, right? So that's the problem here. So yeah, so usually when there's a reversal like that, it usually will hit my short-term stop here, and I will have to, and then it will sell partial position. So that's Kavana. Again, very strong stock. The 10-day moving average is at this slope right now, and as long as it's been riding that since the beginning of this rally. So it's very nice stock to actually hold because it never come back and undercut that 10-day moving average. So generally, I do set my stop, my longer, intermediate stop at the moving average here for the 10-day. And then sometimes I set really short-term stops, like partial position, during intraday, for example, you can see here, after the morning open, it shot up, and usually I would set my stop there and it got undercut intraday. So that's partial position. And then here's another one, right? It bounced back and then it got undercut again. So that will sell another partial position. But my longer term, position, intermediate term is probably down here somewhere, based on the 10-day moving average. So yeah, right here. Kawana, yeah, it hit a new high, but it reversed. So that's the negative, right? I'm going to go to HIMS right now. So for HIMS, it's been a little bit choppy recently. You can see this one big day, it's trying to come out, but it shot up above the previous high. And what happened, obviously, a lot of people probably bought there. And but it reversed all the way back down to here. And then it fell even lower. It never undercut this low range right here. But nonetheless, it probably shaken out a lot of people. And right now we bounced on Friday on a little bit higher volume than the previous day. So generally after a big shakeout, it usually works. Usually, I'm not going to say it works every time, but it works usually. So I did take a position on Friday after this huge shakeout. I'm going to try again. Obviously, here I try and it fell, right? It went up, and now I'm trying again. Let's see how that goes. Next, we have 3 stocks here hitting new high: Live, ARLO, MGNI. So let's take a quick look at those. So here we see Live hitting new high on Friday, but it reversed as well. So that's one thing I didn't like about this reversals happening, right? Like we're seeing that on Kavana, seeing this on Live. So that's why I'm a little bit cautious about the growth stocks right now, because this stock shouldn't be doing this on an up day for the market. The market was up Friday nicely, but all these growth stocks, at the top are reversing. That's not good. So just again, a cautious sign. I mean, this could turn very ugly very fast if the market starts to break down, because these growth stocks are losing momentum. And it's more obvious if you look at the relative strength line here, right here, right? So you can see it's coming down, right? So like I said, when there's diversion from the market index, is always something I don't like to see. It's same thing when it goes the other way. When the growth stocks are doing much better, on a down day, like for the market index, for me, that's a good thing, because, at the end, I'm not buying index, so that's the difference. If you are buying index, then that mostly work better for you, but I'm buying growth stocks. So, it only matters if the growth stocks are moving up. Next, we see ARLO. ARLO actually, broke out from this cup of handle here. It has been moving very nicely. Look at this acceleration. It's probably extended right now. Jump all the way to 24% gain from that breakout. And right now this 10-day is way down here, and the price level is way up here. Yeah, and this is obviously under $20 stock. It's definitely going to be moving much more than regular stock because of the pricing. But nonetheless, this has been a good mover. Here's MGNI. MGNI again. Also trying to make a move right here. This is a nice handle here, and this handle is very choppy because it has lots of pullbacks, right? But right now it seems to be working, and the slope looks pretty good on the 10-day, and it comes out and fall through, and on Friday it was able to even close higher, so that's really good. Next we have HSI, Hazel Group in auto truck original equipment. This one, obviously, again, this is also near the $20 price range, very choppy. Anything $20 around that price or lower, they tend to move, have a higher, range when they move intraday. And but anyhow, this pullback has been, a little bit more severe than the previous pullbacks, and it just stuck right here. It currently is stuck here. It's still slightly above the 10-day, but it just stuck here. It tried to come out on Thursday, and we saw the reversal due to the fall in the market. And then Friday's bounce, I find it's a little bit weaker than I would like. And you can see I draw the trend line right there. Even if it breaks through, doesn't mean it'll work. It just at least well, this one is 45-degree angle, so maybe it might work, right? Because it has given some time. But anyhow, it hasn't worked so far. We'll see. Next, we have VRT and app and SCI. VRT make new high right here. Very nice pullbacks right here. Very tight, orderly, and you can see it hasn't touched the 10-day in this pullback right here. And it's able to make new high, so very strong. So App Living on Friday, it didn't make a new high, so that's the only negative there. But it was able to still close higher, 0.9%. And the uptrend on this 10-day moving average looks pretty good. It's not, too steep or, too low. It's just probably around 40-degree angle. Looks okay right now. SCI tried to come out on Friday, which it did. Very strong volume. Looks very good. I added some more positions to it after this recent pullback. Next, we have XMTR, ALGM, KRMN, all making new highs on Friday. So here's the high. This one also looks pretty good. So this, there's some areas like, just this last few stocks we show, they're all breaking out from this nice consolidation recently. And you can see it's been falling through, right? It broke out on Thursday, and then on Friday it falls through. So that's the good sign, is that they're starting to fall through. ALGM, very similar. You can see it broke out right here, and then it kind of hold the price pretty nicely, and then Friday it went up higher. KRMN, this one also broke out on Thursday. So these stocks, some of these few stocks that we just saw, they all broke out on Thursday. That's very interesting, because Thursday was a down day, very big reversal day for the market. But these few stocks were able to, again, jump on a negative day on the market. So, and then Friday we have another update for the market, and this fall through on the breakout. So in those cases, relative strength, you can see it there. They're hitting new highs right now. Next, we have Duolingo. Still having issue right now. Let's take a look. So this is one that is the opposite. On Friday, it actually reversed all the way back down and closed near the bottom of the range, and it's very close to breaking this low right here. I mean, we did break that low once here and reverse, but you know, if you test the low many times, eventually it'll fall apart. So that's the problem right now for this stock. I'm not sure why it's having such a hard time coming out. But it is nonetheless just doing that right now. Next, we have CLS and STX. I'm going to look at STX since it makes a new high. So here's another one that reversed. Again, I really don't like saying this, but Thursday was a very bad negative reversal day. And on Friday, even though there's lots of growth stocks still on uptrend mode, but we're seeing some of the top leaders here reversing. Of course, they have gone up a lot. STX is one that is probably under the radar. I don't hear many analysts talking about this. And it has been moving nicely. And, you know, I'm not saying the rally is over, but just seeing this reversal might mean we might have a pullback here. Probably a much, you know, slightly bigger pullback here. But we'll see if it can recover or not, but most likely it's going to head down. The other related stock in the same data storage area is MU, Micron Technology. This one is also broken out recently, and this one didn't do, you know, it reversed, but it never closed negative, right? So that's the bigger difference here. But this one, yeah, this one is extended as well. It's probably too late to get in at this point, but yeah, we'll see how this perform as well. Next, we have XITM, rank 17. Rank 18 is IREN. IREN also make a new high on Friday. Looks like it's trying to break out from this long-term trend line right there, and looks really good. Higher volume as well on this breakout zone, so it looks really good. Let's look at SHAK here. It's ranked number 19, and then we have Palantir, which hasn't been moving as much as people had hoped, considering this is a very popular growth name. So it tries to break out from this cup handle, and it really went nowhere, and then it pulled back slightly, right? And then it just stick around this area for a while, and then it started to go again, and guess what? It got knocked all the way back down again. So, and then now we form this downtrend line, which is very steep. So even with Friday's bounce, which is 6%, you know, it looks pretty good on that day. But when you look at the overall chart, it's still below this downtrend. So, I don't like what I'm seeing right here, considering, like I said, you know, this is a very strong name in the marketplace. Lots of people looking at it, trading it, but yet this stock is not moving. So, you know, and then again, just like the major index, we're seeing strong volume selling and low volume buying here. So that's another negative sign here. Next, we have rank 21 ARWR, CRS here, hitting new highs. Here for CRS, we see this new high. This is looking very nicely here. I think it's on it's a 6-day run right now after this pullback recently. And the slope is very strong as well, like right here. It's about 40-degree angle there. Here we have rank 23 SYM, AVGO, which we cover in main market video, MU, CRSR, and RO. Those three are making new highs as well. So looking at MU, well, we covered this earlier, so let's just move on, sorry. CRSR, this is also making high, a little bit choppy as it move up here, so it's okay, but it's a little bit choppy. Like it keep undercutting the day's previous low. Right here you see it, here you see it. So very choppy here. But it is making new highs though. Road, this one looks better. It bounced off right here and it followed through. We have MYRG rank 28, Affirm and Z-Lab here rank 29 and 30. Affirm, this is a very sharp moving average right now, and we broke out on Friday, so we'll see if it can hold this new high right now. Z-Lab also taking off right here. I'm not sure if there's any news because that's a big gap up. Probably there is, and this is a very sharp move right now. Look at the degree on this. It's probably like over 65 degree. It's very sharp move right now. So the 10-day is quite low at this moment, so it's quite extended right now. Light here still in an uptrend. RevG doing well, making new high. SMTC downtrend right now. BDSG it's okay. RCL also making new high. If we're looking at RevG here, it has a nice move from the breakout here on the earnings gap up, and then it has been able to hold the price the next day and follow through on Friday. So that's exactly what you want to see. Here's where the 10-day stands near the 40 level. So a little bit extended, but it is a very sharp 10-day moving average right now, probably closer to 60 degree. RCL, this one also looked really nice. It broke up from this cup with handle right here, and it's been riding, staying above the 10-day very consistently, and it seems to be accelerating a little bit right now. Next we have SC, rank 36, MTZ making new high, DELL still uptrend, HWM in making new high as well, and COHR rank 40. Here's another breakout from a cup with handle. Looks really nice here. Friday came in higher volume than previous day. It's not above average volume, but it did jump more than the previous few days, so that's okay. HWM in the aerospace defense, again, we've been talking about this stock for a while now. It's just one of those steady stock. It just moves up very slightly every day. It's a slow and steady, but it looks pretty good. Next we have rank 41 APG making new highs, EXTR making new highs, and AEIS also making new highs. Here's APG, very nice move here, following through right here on Friday. A little bit choppy around this zone right here, but it did bounce from here and it's able to make, again, very sharp 10-day moving average right now. This is another one that kind of break out from this nice cup with handle base right here. It did bounce right there on this day, and then it's able to kind of move now, so it looks good. AEIS semiconductor area, another one. Look at this nice trend line, broke out and it's been moving up pretty nicely as well. So we have ERO in an uptrend, MOS, PHC, Bumble, they all kind of falling a little bit down. TWLO moving still okay in uptrend. NVDA, AVPT, SOFI, and Upstart here. So let's take a look at Upstart. So Upstart, you see this 200-day moving average here. It seems to be having problems, right? So right now we're coming up to here as well. We'll see if we can power through this. Yeah, it's hard to say whether it will. We'll see. Next we have CVI within 1% of the short-term moving average. Tolls, Netflix, both still in uptrend. KD in uptrend still. SNCY, Eton here, both kind of dropping a bit. PAM is still trying to hold at the current level. MAX in uptrend. FSS here. Trying to make new high. Here is very close. It broke out right here from this cup handle, and it's been moving up really nicely. So it did reverse on Friday, just slightly, closed down slightly below previous day. So we'll see how it handles near this zone right here, around $101. TSM we did cover in the main video, making new high. Now it's still an uptrend. ATAT has fallen a bit. XYZ still doing good, as well as MTSI here. So this is block XYZ. This is 10-day moving average, riding it pretty nicely. This is the last bounce near the 10-day, and yeah, it looks okay. MTSI, this looks kind of ugly because it reversed from the high in the morning and just went all the way back to 10 days. So that is not a good sign. Next we have ARES here, rank 66. RAM still in uptrend, rank 67. HQY, Intuit, both still in uptrend. Melly is starting to fall a little bit. AU is still in uptrend. Spotify is still in uptrend. Grind is still current in downtrend. Air and CRK both make new highs. So here's AAR Corp. Air is the symbol. This is looking very sharp right now. Bouncing for 5 days in a row now. So CRK, this is one oil and gas stock. Not too many are on my list, but this is one that tries to come out on Friday. It did kind of pull back to the lower range, but nonetheless, it is a positive day, so it's still a positive sign. So we'll see if we can take off, and it's been trading really tight up here after this nice run. So we'll see if we can, do another run here. And then we have TT reported down, so it's in a downtrend right now. IIT actually report earnings, so let's jump to it. and it has a big down day in the morning, but it was able to recover, not completely. It was still down 4.5% by end of day, but it did recover most of that range. So quite an impressive bounce here from the 50-day moving average. So we'll see if we can slowly recover. In terms of the slope line here, yeah, it's still very steep, right? Like, generally I would try to draw a 45-degree angle, but in this case, it's definitely not 45. It's still probably closer to 60. So it's gonna need some time to repair this damage on the chart here. So another stock that was reported that I didn't talk about yet at the beginning was CRDO. It gapped out on this earnings, very strong move, but you see how it reversed all the way down, right? Then the next day it went down lower, but then it reversed higher. So then it closed at the top here. So that was a really good day because it shows that it found support at this low here. And so far it's trying to hold onto this low right here. So we go to intraday chart. We can see this is the Wednesday low right there. And it's trying to hold. And we'll see if it can hold. If it does, then maybe the uptrend will resume from there. Next we have MYRG making new high. So let's jump to the daily chart. Here's the recent kind of high here. Tried to come out, but it fell, and this time it seems to be working. So it's been falling through on Friday as well. So it looks good. Then we have BZ rank 80, ITT, ALKT, Citigroup making new highs, so it looks good. CBLT here, Q2, IRM also making new high. Microsoft making new high. Dash making new high. ETN. PAAS, this is silver, looking good, making new high. FN, PNW, also making new high. DFPM, SAP, Reddit, those are all in uptrends right now. SKWD, downtrend. CPA, within 1%. ATGE, downtrend. ADI, uptrend. ESE, making new highs here. I'm not going to cover now, it's past 100. Feel free to look at your own time. I'm just covering the ones that are making new highs. HGI, GLW, NVO. So NVO is trying to come back right now. We have GBA here as well, making new high. And then we have RSI and ENSG. EXPE also trying to make a move right now. Then we have AZZ here and RBC also making new highs. We have AROC down here, EQH, DTM, those are making new highs, recent highs. BAC, Bank of America, FoxF, NOA, Visa, Fastenal. Then we have HAE, so this is kind of less stocks making new highs now at this bottom range. We have AIG here, ECL, and OII, the DV. Yeah, that's pretty much it. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you again next weekend. I do my live stream every day in the morning for a little short time. Feel free to join if you have time. Otherwise, yeah, have a good week. Thank you.